What if everything you know about reality isn't quite the whole truth? What if there's a hidden layer, a secret knowledge that very few have access to? The idea of the 33rd degree is one of those mysteries that keeps people curious. It's more than just a number. It's about a level of understanding that goes beyond the ordinary. For centuries, only the chosen few have whispered about this knowledge, hinting that it holds the key to unlocking a new way of seeing the world. Most of us believe that reality is set in stone. What you see is what you get. But what if that's not entirely true? What if reality is more flexible, more malleable than we realize? What if, by understanding certain hidden principles, we could break free from the limits that we think bind us? The idea behind the 33rd degree knowledge suggests that there's a deeper layer to life, one that goes beyond the surface of what we understand. Some believe that those who tap into this knowledge are able to perceive things others can't, seeing the world in a whole new way. It's not about magic or some far-fetched fantasy. It's about a shift in how we think, feel, and connect with the world around us. The question is, are you ready to see things differently? Could you unlock a new way of understanding that changes everything you know about reality? Stay with me as we get closer to this mystery, and you might just begin to see the world in a way you never thought possible. Perception is not just something that happens to us. It's something we actively shape and create every moment of our lives. Most people think of perception as something passive, something that simply happens when we look at the world. But the truth is, we are the ones in control. The way we see the world is determined by how we choose to interpret what's around us. It's like we're all wearing a unique pair of glasses, shaped by our experiences, beliefs, and emotions. These glasses filter everything we see, hear, and feel, influencing the way we experience life. Take the top 1%. The people who seem to have mastered the art of success. They see the world in a way that's different from the rest. Their perception is sharp, focused, and purposeful. They don't just go through life reacting to situations. They actively shape their experiences and outcomes. They understand that how they perceive the world directly influences how the world responds to them. This isn't just about thinking positive thoughts. It's about controlling the way they interact with their surroundings. They don't let circumstances dictate their reality. Instead, they look at challenges as opportunities, problems as puzzles to solve, and setbacks as lessons to learn from. What's even more interesting is the way they see their minds. The top 1% don't see their minds as mere receivers of information. They view the mind as a projector. Instead of simply taking in the world, they actively project their thoughts, ideas, and intentions out into it. It's like the mind is constantly sending out signals, shaping the environment around them. When they think something is possible, they start to see opportunities they didn't notice before. When they believe they can achieve something, they take actions that bring that belief closer to reality. In the same way, we can choose how we perceive the world. Our minds can either limit us or expand our possibilities. If we choose to believe that we are stuck or that success is out of our reach, that's exactly what we will see. But if we choose to see things differently, if we focus on solutions and possibilities, we begin to change our reality. The mind is incredibly powerful. When we learn to control it, it becomes an unstoppable force, helping us achieve things we once thought impossible. The idea that perception is active rather than passive is not just about seeing things more positively. It's about understanding that the way we see things shapes how we respond to them. If we see a situation as a challenge, we're likely to find a way to overcome it. If we see it as a roadblock, it will feel like one. By changing how we perceive situations, we can change how we act within them, which leads to entirely new outcomes. The way we perceive the world also affects how we interact with other people. Our perception of others influences how we treat them, and how we treat them influences how they respond to us. If we approach others with openness and kindness, we are more likely to receive the same in return. On the other hand, if we view others with suspicion or negativity, we're more likely to create tension and misunderstandings. In relationships, our perceptions create our reality. This is true in our personal lives, at work, and in every interaction we have. By realizing the power of perception, we can start to take control of our lives in ways we never thought possible. It all starts with the awareness that we are the ones shaping how we see the world. Once we understand this, we can begin to choose the glasses we wear more carefully. Do we want to see the world as full of opportunities or as full of obstacles? Do we want to see ourselves as capable of achieving our dreams or as stuck in a cycle of failure? The power of perception gives us the ability to change our reality simply by changing how we look at it. It's a tool we all have access to, and it's always working in the background, whether we're aware of it or not. When we start using this tool deliberately, we open ourselves up to new possibilities, new experiences, and new ways of living. The top 1% understand this, and it's one of the reasons they stand out. They know that the world doesn't just happen to them, it responds to what they believe and perceive. Our beliefs are like the foundation of a house. They shape everything that stands on top of them, from our actions to our experiences. The way we see the world, how we interact with others, and even what we believe is possible for ourselves. All of it comes from the beliefs we hold. These beliefs are not just thoughts we think from time to time. They are deeply rooted patterns that influence the way we think, feel, and behave. In many ways, our beliefs are the architects of our experiences, designing the world we live in. For example, if you believe that success is hard to achieve or that you are not good enough, your actions and choices will follow that belief. You may avoid taking risks, hesitate in making decisions, or not try as hard as you could because, on a deeper level, you don't believe you can succeed. Your belief becomes a filter through which you see the world. You may notice every obstacle and difficulty along the way and overlook the opportunities and paths that could lead to success. On the other hand, if you believe you are capable and deserving of success, your actions will reflect that belief. You will take chances, pursue your goals, and handle challenges with confidence. The belief shapes how you approach life, and ultimately, it shapes the reality you create. Beliefs work like software that runs in the background of our minds. Just like how a computer runs programs that determine how it functions, our beliefs run programs that determine how we behave and what we experience. If the software is outdated or faulty, it can limit what we can do or how we see the world. For example, someone with a belief that they can never be happy might ignore the simple joys in life, while someone who believes that happiness is possible might find ways to experience joy every day. Upgrading our beliefs is like updating software. We can change the beliefs that no longer serve us and replace them with new ones that open up new possibilities. It's not about simply thinking positive thoughts. It's about changing the core beliefs that guide our actions. Upgrading beliefs starts with recognizing the ones that are holding us back. These are the beliefs that limit what we believe we can achieve, the beliefs that say, "you can't," or "it's impossible." They are often based on past experiences, fears, or the opinions of others. But the truth is, these beliefs are not fixed. They are just patterns we've learned over time. By becoming aware of them, we can start to change them. For example, if you believe that money is hard to come by, you may subconsciously avoid opportunities to create wealth. But if you upgrade that belief to something like, "money flows easily to me," you might start to notice new opportunities and take steps to increase your wealth. Addressing internal limitations is a big part of upgrading our beliefs. Internal limitations are the beliefs that stop us from reaching our full potential. They are often hidden deep within our subconscious, but they have a huge effect on our lives. These limitations might show up as fears, doubts, or negative self-talk. For instance, if you believe that you are not worthy of love, you might have a hard time forming healthy relationships. These limitations are like barriers that keep us from moving forward. The first step in overcoming them is to identify them. Once we know what these beliefs are, we can start to challenge them and replace them with more empowering beliefs. Changing our beliefs is not always easy. It takes time, effort, and a willingness to let go of old ways of thinking. But the more we practice, the more our beliefs begin to shift. When we replace limiting beliefs with ones that support our goals, we start to see the world differently. We start to take different actions, make new choices, and create a reality that matches our new beliefs. Beliefs are not just thoughts. They are powerful forces that shape our lives. By upgrading our beliefs, we can change the course of our reality. Beliefs can be the key to unlocking new possibilities. They shape how we see ourselves, others, and the world around us. When we take control of our beliefs, we take control of our experiences. By changing the beliefs that limit us and upgrading them to beliefs that empower us, we can create a new reality. The mind is powerful, and when we change the beliefs it holds, we change the world we live in. Self-identity is one of the most powerful forces that shapes our lives. How we see ourselves, the labels we attach to who we are, influence every decision we make, the actions we take, and the way we interact with the world. Our identity is like a lens through which we view everything around us. If we believe we are capable and strong, we approach challenges with confidence. But if we see ourselves as weak or incapable, we might hold back or avoid difficult situations. The way we identify ourselves can either open up or limit the possibilities we see in life. Our identity sets boundaries for what we think is possible. If we identify as someone who is not good with money, for example, we might avoid managing finances, never take risks with investments, or fail to notice opportunities for wealth. Our identity creates a mental barrier that keeps us from seeing things beyond what we believe we are capable of. On the other hand, if we identify as someone who is resourceful and skilled, we begin to see opportunities where others might not. Our identity shapes how we act, and how we act shapes the reality we live in. Changing your life often starts with changing your identity. The trick is to shift your identity before any external proof or evidence shows up. Most people wait for evidence to confirm their beliefs before they change their identity. For instance, someone might wait until they have a lot of money to call themselves successful. But the most powerful way to manifest change is to start acting as if you already are the person you want to become. If you want to be a confident speaker, start seeing yourself as someone who is comfortable in front of others and practice speaking as though you already have that confidence. The change in how you see yourself will begin to show in the actions you take, and over time, the results will follow. The relationship between belief and evidence is key to understanding how manifestation works. Often, people believe they need evidence to change their beliefs. For example, they might think, "I can't believe I can be wealthy until I have money in my bank account." But manifestation works in the opposite way. It's not the evidence that creates belief. It's the belief that creates evidence. When we believe we can achieve something, our actions align with that belief. We start seeking opportunities, taking risks, and making decisions that reflect our belief. These actions then create evidence that proves we were right all along. Belief comes first, and evidence follows. This is why it's so important to start with shifting your identity. If you wait for the world to show you that you are capable before you change how you think about yourself, you might wait forever. But when you shift your identity first, you start taking different actions, and those actions lead to results that match your new identity. It's like becoming the person you want to be before the world gives you a reason to be that person. Our identity is not fixed. It can change as we grow, learn, and evolve. The more we practice seeing ourselves in a new light, the more our life begins to reflect that change. If you want to manifest something in your life, whether it's success, happiness, or abundance, start by seeing yourself as someone who already has those things. When you shift your identity, you shift the possibilities that show up in your life, and soon you'll have the evidence to prove that your new identity was the key all along. This process is not about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about connecting with the version of yourself that already exists inside you. The version of you that is capable, strong, and worthy of all the things you desire. It's about realizing that your true identity is not based on past experiences or limitations, but on the potential you have to create the life you want. When you step into that identity, everything around you starts to change, and the world begins to reflect the new you. Time is often seen as a fixed, unchangeable force, something that moves forward and cannot be stopped or altered. However, the truth is, time is more flexible than most people realize. It's a construct, something that we have created to help make sense of our lives. The way we experience time is influenced by our thoughts, beliefs, and energy. When we begin to understand that time is not as rigid as it seems, we can start to work with it rather than be controlled by it. One of the most powerful ways to manipulate time is by aligning our energy. When our thoughts, emotions, and actions are in harmony, we can collapse time. This means that what might normally take months or years to achieve can happen much more quickly. Energy alignment speeds up the process as it brings all parts of ourselves into focus. When we are fully aligned, we stop wasting energy on distractions, doubt, or fear. Instead, we put all of our focus into what we truly want, and this allows us to move forward with incredible speed. When we are out of alignment, however, we experience what can be called a time lag. This is when things feel slow or stuck, and no matter how hard we try, progress seems impossible. It's like trying to move through thick mud. Time feels like it's dragging, and we wonder why we aren't seeing results faster. Time lag happens when we are not acting in alignment with our true desires. It's easy to get caught up in worries, fears, or confusion, which causes us to misdirect our energy. When our actions don't match our intentions, we feel stuck in time. Breaking free from time lag involves getting clear on what we truly want and aligning our energy with that desire. This means not only thinking about what we want, but also feeling it deeply and acting as if it's already happening. When we are in alignment, we send out a clear signal to the universe about what we want, and this causes events to unfold more quickly. It's as though time starts to move faster and opportunities seem to appear out of nowhere. Taking aligned action is the key to collapsing time. It's not enough to just think positively or wish for something to happen. Action is required. But the action must come from a place of alignment, meaning it must feel right and be in line with what we truly want. When we take action that feels inspired and true to our purpose, we begin to create momentum. It's not about pushing hard or forcing things to happen, but about moving with the flow of energy and taking steps that feel natural and in tune with our goals. One of the most powerful things we can do is to stop seeing time as something that limits us. Instead, we can begin to view time as a tool that we can use to create the life we want. By shifting our perception of time, we change the way it affects us. Rather than feeling like we are running out of time or that things are taking too long, We can see time as something that can be bent and shaped by our energy and actions. When we stop focusing on time as a limiting factor, we begin to experience it differently. Time no longer feels like an obstacle, but like a resource we can use to our advantage. By aligning our energy, taking inspired action, and breaking free from the idea of time lag, we can start to manipulate time itself. When our energy is aligned and our actions are in tune with our desires, time becomes something that works in our favor. What once seemed impossible to achieve in a short period of time becomes achievable, and the limits we once placed on ourselves are lifted. Universal intelligence is an unseen force that connects everything in the universe. It's a higher intelligence that guides, shapes, and supports us, even when we aren't consciously aware of it. This force is not separate from us. We are all part of it. It's constantly at work, guiding us through life, showing us the way, and helping us align with our true purpose. When we start to recognize and work with universal intelligence, we tap into a powerful source of wisdom and insight that can help us make decisions, solve problems, and create the life we desire. One of the key ways to connect with this universal intelligence is by paying attention to the signals and synchronicities that appear in our lives. These signs are not random. They are messages from the universe, guiding us toward the right path. Synchronicities happen when two or more events or patterns seem to align in a meaningful way, often leading us to new opportunities or insights. By noticing these moments, we can start to recognize the universe's communication with us, helping us move through life with greater ease and understanding. Reading these universal signals requires being present and aware. Often, we are so caught up in our daily lives or distracted by our own thoughts that we miss these signs. However, when we make a conscious effort to pay attention, we begin to see patterns and connections that we didn't notice before. Whether it's a chance meeting with someone, a message that seems to come at the right time, or a sudden idea that pops into your mind, these are all forms of guidance from the universe. Trusting these moments and acting on them can lead us to greater alignment and success. Intuitive guidance plays a key role in this process. Intuition is that inner knowing, the gut feeling, or the quiet voice inside that tells us what to do. It's a direct communication from our higher selves or universal intelligence. Sometimes it can be easy to doubt our intuition or ignore it, especially when it goes against logic or what we think we should be doing. But intuitive guidance is one of the most powerful tools we have. It's always guiding us toward what is best for us, even when we don't fully understand it. The more we trust our intuition, the clearer and stronger it becomes, helping us make better decisions and avoid unnecessary struggles. In life, there's a difference between flowing with life and forcing things to happen. Flow is when we are in sync with the universe, moving through life with ease and grace. When we're in flow, things seem to fall into place naturally. We are guided by intuition and trust the process. We don't have to struggle or push against obstacles. Everything seems to align effortlessly. Force, on the other hand, is when we try to control or manipulate situations, often leading to frustration and resistance. It's when we try to make things happen on our own terms, without listening to the signs or guidance that the universe is providing. The key to success and peace lies in knowing when to flow and when to let go of control. When we let go of the need to force things, we open ourselves up to the natural rhythm of life. We begin to trust that everything is unfolding as it should, and that we are always supported by universal intelligence. Instead of fighting against the current, we can relax and allow ourselves to be guided to where we are meant to be. By working with universal intelligence, reading the signals and synchronicities, trusting our intuitive guidance and choosing flow over force, we create a life that feels easier, more aligned, and more fulfilling. The universe is always communicating with us, guiding us to the next step, and providing the support we need. When we tap into this flow, we move through life with greater clarity and confidence, knowing that we are always on the right path. The process of working with the universe to manifest your desires. It's about understanding that you are not alone in creating your reality. The universe is always ready to collaborate with you. However, this process requires more than just wishing for things to happen. It demands alignment, belief, and inspired action. The key difference between simply wishing and co-creating lies in your energy and mindset. Alignment is about being in harmony with your desires. It's not enough to merely wish for something to happen. You must align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with what you want. Wishful thinking is passive. It involves hoping and dreaming, but without taking the necessary steps or shifting your mindset to support the outcome. In contrast, alignment is an active process. It's about focusing on your goals with belief and commitment. When you align yourself with your desires, you send a powerful signal to the universe that you are ready to receive what you want. The universe often reflects back to us exactly what we believe and feel, creating what's known as the mirror effect. If you believe that success is impossible or that you are not worthy of what you want, the universe will reflect that back to you by showing you experiences and situations that match those beliefs. On the other hand, when you feel positive, abundant, and open to receiving, the universe mirrors that energy by bringing opportunities, people, and circumstances that align with those feelings. The key to co-creation is understanding that your internal state directly affects what you attract from the outside world. By shifting your thoughts and emotions, you can start to experience the reality you desire. While alignment is essential, taking inspired action is the next step. Inspired action is when you feel drawn to do something, not because you have to, but because it feels right. It's the action that flows naturally from a place of alignment and belief. Inspired action doesn't come from forcing or pushing. It comes from trust and intuition. When you are in alignment and ready to take action, the universe guides you with subtle signs, ideas, or opportunities. It's not about knowing every step ahead of time, but rather taking the next step as it shows up, trusting that it leads you closer to your goal. Another important element of co-creation is divine timing. Sometimes we want things to happen quickly, but the universe works on its own schedule. Divine timing is the understanding that everything happens when the time is right. It's easy to get frustrated if things aren't moving as fast as we'd like, but the universe has a way of lining things up perfectly when we are ready to receive. Trusting in divine timing means understanding that what is meant for you will come at the perfect moment. It may not always align with your expectations, but it will always be for your highest good. Co-creation is a balance of mindset, alignment, action, and trust. When you align with your desires, take inspired action, and trust in the timing of the universe, you are actively co-creating your reality. The process is not about forcing or rushing things, but about being open, trusting, and allowing things to unfold in their own time. By following these principles, you create a flow that allows you to attract what you truly desire, with the universe as your partner in creation. Advanced concepts in personal growth and manifestation often revolve around the idea of surrender, presence, and gratitude. These principles help us tap into a deeper level of alignment and attract what we desire more effortlessly. The power of surrender is one of the most profound concepts to understand. Surrender does not mean giving up. It means releasing the need for control and trusting that the universe has a plan for us. When we surrender, we stop resisting and allow things to unfold naturally. We stop trying to force outcomes or dictate how things should happen. Instead, we trust that everything is happening for our highest good, even if it doesn't look the way we expected. Surrender creates space for the universe to work on our behalf, allowing things to unfold with more ease. Gratitude and presence go hand in hand. When we practice gratitude, we shift our focus from what we lack to what we have. This shift in perspective can completely transform our experience of life. Gratitude is not just about saying thank you for the big things. It's about appreciating the small moments, the everyday blessings, and the little victories. By acknowledging and feeling gratitude, we align ourselves with abundance. We begin to notice more of what is good and positive in our lives, attracting even more of it. Presence is the state of being fully engaged in the present moment. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in the past or worry about the future. But true power lies in the present moment. When we are fully present, we stop replaying past mistakes or obsessing over future outcomes. Instead, we experience life as it is, without judgment or distraction. Being present allows us to connect deeply with ourselves, others, and the world around us. It also makes us more receptive to guidance and synchronicities from the universe, as we are not distracted by unnecessary thoughts or worries. Living in anticipatory gratitude is an advanced practice that takes gratitude a step further. It's the ability to be grateful not only for what you already have, but also for what is on its way. This practice involves feeling thankful in advance for things you haven't yet experienced, trusting that they are coming. It's about acting as if you already have what you desire and feeling the excitement and gratitude for it now. Anticipatory gratitude sends a powerful signal to the universe that you are open and ready to receive, making it more likely that you will manifest what you want. By combining surrender, gratitude, and presence, we align ourselves with the flow of life and the universe. Surrender helps us release control and trust the process, while gratitude keeps our energy positive and abundant. Presence allows us to experience life fully, without distractions. Together, these advanced concepts create a foundation for attracting what we desire with ease, trusting that everything is unfolding in perfect timing. The more we practice these principles, the more we align with the natural flow of the universe, and the easier it becomes to manifest our dreams. Reality can be understood as an elastic medium, constantly shifting and changing in response to our thoughts, feelings, and actions. Just as rubber stretches and returns to its original shape, reality bends to the energy we put out into the world. The more we align ourselves with our desires, the more we can influence the events and situations around us. However, this process requires conscious effort, and it's important to recognize that small, consistent changes can lead to significant results over time. The compound effect of small daily shifts is a powerful concept. Every thought, action, and decision we make impacts the course of our lives. While it may seem like the little changes don't matter in the moment, they add up over time to create lasting transformation. Whether it's taking a small step toward a goal, practicing gratitude, or shifting your mindset for just a few minutes a day, these efforts accumulate. Just like saving a small amount of money regularly, small shifts in your energy and behavior create big results in the long term. The key is consistency. Patience and persistence are essential when it comes to creating lasting change in our lives. The universe does not always move at our pace, and sometimes things take longer than we expect. It's easy to get discouraged when results aren't immediate, but patience helps us trust the process. Understanding that everything is unfolding in perfect timing allows us to relax and stop worrying about when things will happen. Persistence, on the other hand, is about continuing to take aligned action even when we don't see immediate results. Every step forward, no matter how small, brings us closer to our goals. It's important to stay committed to the path, knowing that success is often just around the corner, even when it doesn't feel like it. Detachment from outcomes is another important aspect of creating the reality we want. While it's natural to desire certain outcomes, clinging to those desires can create resistance. When we are overly attached to the way things should turn out, we block the flow of energy and opportunity. Detachment doesn't mean not caring about your goals, but it means letting go of the need to control how or when they manifest. By trusting the process and surrendering to the flow of life, we allow the universe to bring us what is best for us, even if it's not exactly what we expected. Detachment creates space for miracles, synchronicities, and opportunities to unfold naturally. To implement these principles in your life, focus on making small, positive shifts every day. Trust that every effort counts, even if you don't see immediate results. Practice patience and persistence, knowing that change takes time. And most importantly, let go of your attachment to specific outcomes. By allowing life to unfold with trust and gratitude, you align yourself with the flow of the universe and make space for your desires to manifest in ways you may not even expect. The more you practice these principles, the more you'll see the elasticity of reality bend in your favor. The greater vision for our lives extends beyond individual success and personal achievements. At its core, it involves the idea of service and contributing to the collective impact of the world around us. When we focus on how we can serve others, we align ourselves with a higher purpose and create ripples of positive change. The energy we put into serving others returns to us in unexpected and fulfilling ways, creating a cycle of growth, connection, and fulfillment. By helping others, we not only uplift them, but also elevate our own experience, connecting with the broader vision of a harmonious, interconnected world. Continuous evolution is a key part of the greater vision. Life is a constant process of change, growth, and transformation. To truly live in alignment with the flow of the universe, we must embrace this evolution, staying open to new experiences, perspectives, and ways of thinking. The path to self-mastery and personal fulfillment is not linear. It's a journey that unfolds with each new moment. As we grow, we naturally evolve, and we become more equipped to contribute to the world in meaningful ways. It's important to remain curious, open, and adaptable, allowing ourselves to expand and evolve with the changing energy of the universe. Staying open to expansion is essential in reaching the greater vision. Often, we limit ourselves by holding on to outdated beliefs or fearing change. But true growth happens when we are willing to stretch beyond our comfort zones and step into new possibilities. Expansion requires us to release fear, doubt, and hesitation, embracing the unknown with trust and excitement. As we open ourselves up to expansion, we unlock new potentials and opportunities, both for ourselves and for the collective. Living the principles we've learned daily is how we integrate them into our reality. It's not enough to simply understand these concepts. We must actively practice them in our daily lives, whether it's through acts of kindness, staying aligned with our vision, or trusting the process of surrender and gratitude. Living these principles brings them to life. The more we embody these ideas, the more we create a life that reflects our highest purpose and deepest desires. By making these practices a part of our everyday existence, we move closer to the greater vision of a life filled with meaning, connection, and fulfillment. In embracing the greater vision, we recognize that our purpose is not just to live for ourselves, but to contribute to the greater whole. Through service, evolution, expansion, and daily practice, we step into a reality that is aligned with our highest potential and the collective good. The journey doesn't end. It continues to unfold as we evolve and grow, making an impact along the way.